Hey Josh, it's Friday, and first off, to answer your question from earlier this week, it's a little hard for me. I work at a grocery store, so the price changes are generally a bit more gradual, so I don't really notice that day by day. I have noticed that gas has been fluctuating, but gas is always fluctuating. I also don't buy a whole lot of groceries for myself right now. So it's a little hard for me to really speak on the matter. But yeah, so I've finally rested. I finally feel rested enough to talk about some of the things that I've been meaning to talk about for the past like 2-3 weeks, something like that. So the first thing that I want to touch on is going back and talking a little bit more about the effects that I have noticed that streaming has done to just media in general, like the age of streaming and all that. This light is weird. Anyway. Sorry. I was trying something there. Anyway. But yeah, so I've been noticing a lot lately, and I'm sure a lot of people have been noticing this, the effects that streaming has had on media and TV shows and people's attention spans and everything. Definitely, it's definitely becoming a lot more clear to me, personally. I know I talked a bit about how I've noticed it with Star Wars specifically, but I've also kind of started to notice it with just a lot of the shows that, just normal shows like anime and all that I've watched as well. I feel like people's attention spans are not exactly their attention spans, and it's not necessarily on the consumers, but on the like publishers. It really seems like a lot of publishers don't really focus on the big picture, is the best way for me to put it. They just want the immediate not satisfaction, but like the immediate rewards. Like, they want to reap the rewards immediately. They want like the money that it makes, the and all that. So like, again, noticed it a lot during the time that The Acolyte was coming out. I'm not saying that it's a perfect show. What I'm saying is, what I want to say about it is the fact that there was a idea there that people just didn't really seem to give it time for. They were expecting it to be like another Mandalorian Season 1, where it's not really a major overarching story. It is, you can pretty much watch Mandalorian Season 1 and be perfectly content with the story that was told. Season 2 is my personal favorite, but beside the point with that. But yeah, with The Acolyte, I don't remember the writer's name, but she had a plan going into it for, I think, at least 3 seasons worth of story. And so Season 1 was very much a build-up season, which kind of explains why it was kind of all over the place with a lot of stuff. It was the same with going to like Castlevania Nocturne, which, great show. I just watched Season 2 a few weeks ago, but it was a very similar thing with that, because the original Castlevania Season 1 was 4 episodes, and then then Seasons 2 and 3 were like 8 to 12, which the fact that shows are so condensed now as well really doesn't give a lot of room for expanding or really showing the characters as characters. Like, imagine if Avatar The Last Airbender, if book one, rather than being, 18, 20 episodes, was condensed, cut that in half. Sure, there's a few episodes in there that you could take out. The Great Divide is one of them. I'll be honest, I typically skip that when I'm rewatching, but everything else in that season was really good and had at least some bit of character development in it. I honestly think that was part of the reason why Zuko's redemption was so good in Avatar The Last Airbender, because you got to see every single moment of it, whereas when you condense from, like, the general, like, again, with Avatar The Last Airbender, even books 2 and 3, which were only, like, 14 episodes, but no, there was more than 14 episodes. I think they were 20 episodes. 18 to 20, I don't remember. I'd have to double check that, but even with those two, like, it was the 20 or so 25-minute episodes. I could do the math, but my brain is not allowing me right now. But, like, that left so much more time than 8 to 12 45-minute episodes, like 45 at the max. And then also the fact that you have 2 or 3 plus years between each season now, because they gotta make room for all the other stuff that they want to put out. You really tend to, like, personally, I have a very hard time rewatching things. I think about the only things that I've rewatched consistently is Ruby and Avatar. Like, Avatar The Last Airbender / Legend of Korra. Those are really the only two things that I've been able to rewatch multiple times, because it's just stuff that I just pick up more and more stuff each time, and they're pretty good stories. I just have a hard time rewatching things personally, and I know a lot of people have a hard time rewatching things, because it's like, as soon as you know the story, there's really no reason for you to keep watching or to rewatch, unless you are, like, a theorizer or something or whatever. But, like, I forget half of what happens during a season some of the times. Like, even going between seasons 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian, which I watched pretty consistently right before season 3 released, there was stuff in season 1 that I just did not remember that I've seen in some of, like, the theories and such that I've watched from other, or not theories necessarily, but, like, highlights and such from those seasons. And, like, I saw stuff in there, and I was just like, wait, that happened in this season? But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it just... Streaming just feels like it's doing more harm than good, and the fact that people just, or the companies and such, kind of just want the immediate gratitude of it, or I cannot think of the right word for it. But yeah, like, they don't let shows be shows and, like, have enough time to really build up what they're going for. And yeah, I don't know, it's something that's kind of been eating at me for a little while, so I'm sure I'll talk more about it. I'll probably write down some notes and, like, actually streamline my thoughts here eventually, but I just kind of wanted to touch up on that a bit. So that'll do for this video. So Josh, my question for you is, what do you think how do you feel about streaming? Do you feel like it's helped or hurt shows in general? So that'll do for this video. So Josh, I will see you on Tuesday. Later, bro.